we're going to treat a face. It's one of my friends, so it's good not to miss the case. And here we have a very typical case in such people that are very tall. You're going to see here the malar bone. There's a lack of substance, you see here, and the teres valley here is wide open. So the goal here today will be to refill this zone, and you see that immediately we're going to have a nicer lower lid, because the apparent dehiscence of the lower lid is in fact only due to the fact of the lower malar bone zone going down. That's it. So I hope we're going to have immediately a nice result. So what we need, of course, the usual large syringe to draw the blood, the butterfly, a few syringes of 5 ml because it's the easiest volume to cook the plasma, a little bit of anesthetics. I use here a rapidocaine because there is some epinephrine with it. You're going to see how I use it. Water, of course, salted water. Needles, once again we're going to use gray needles, 27G. And never forget here in this case the BD plugs for the lower lock. We're going to see that because when it comes to heat the plasma, you really need these little plugs. Tourniquet, and that's it. Okay, now a few words about the tube itself, because I forgot to mention. So the very difficult way, the only problem in PRP is how to obtain a separation between the red blood cells and the plasma. Because once the spinning is done, you will see that there is a fuzzy limit between both the blood cells and the plasma itself. So the trick here is simply to use a funnel. After the spinning, we'll see the red blood cells coming down into the bottom chamber. And here there's the neck, and this is the upper chamber. So we're going, by twisting the lower chamber, to push all the red blood cells up into the neck. And here it will be then very easy to separate the plasma from the red blood cells. That's it. This is simple, efficient, and very versatile as you're going to see it. D'accord, on n'est pas aidé. Voilà. Viens ici, mon kiki. On a quand même beaucoup de chance. Ça va, même pas mal?
Même pas mal.
Voilà. So in this case, you just have to behave like Luke Skywalker. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
You shut the eyes and
Remain silent.
Hop. Merci. Parfait. Voilà. Tu peux juste tenir ça, s'il te plaît, il est mouillé. Je vais t'en donner un sec. Okay. So I usually open through the plastic wrapping. I push up and let's go. So in this case, I used a little trick of mine because I wanted to put a little more than usual. So the trick is that now I'm going to open the bottom chamber to flush the blood downwards in order to be able to insert more blood. See the trick? Okay. And there should be the 15 mark somewhere. Yeah, here it is. I'm going really to open widely the device. Here we are. That's it. My bad, sorry. don't forget to open the upper chamber, and here, as I have more blood, I'm going to open a little more the bottom chamber, and we're ready to spin. Let's go. So now we got just a perfect result. You see here the plasma, here the red blood cells, and here this little cloud that we named the buffy coat, containing a lot of platelets. And as you see now, you can see in the neck, we are just pushing up a lot of platelets concentrated into the plasma. And you see, very easy. You see, just beautiful. So this is typically the case of a young person in good health. And there's a little bit of hemolysis. You see the difference between a red blood cell and a hemolysis? Because in the spinning process that happens. A few red blood cells can break, and that's what we observe quite often. Okay, here's the limit. If I keep pushing up, we're going to start mixing with red blood cells. That's not what we're looking for. And I'm spinning a little bit to put again in solution. So here you see, nevertheless, it's a little bit mixed with the red blood cells. So we're going to lock. Enough for now. That's it. And now we're going to prepare our syringes for the plasma cooking. Okay. It's best to say 3 here. There must be a safe way to open. Okay. Voilà. Is it okay? So I have selected 87 degrees during 4 minutes. Voilà. 87 degrees. So now we're starting to heat the plasma. I don't dare to say to cook, but that's the basic idea, during 4 minutes. Okay. Okay, so this is the result after a little more than 4 minutes heating at 87, 88 degrees. You note that the hue has changed into a yellowish something, and it's still hot. So I take my time to let the product finish heating, so we don't have any liquid remaining. And now we're going to cool it down by putting on the other side. Ready? So on one side we can still heat a remaining syringe that I forgot, and here with the fan we're going to cool down the product we obtained. Okay, here you see the perfect product because I let it closer than 8 minutes, and you see this hue I believe is just the perfect one. And we're going to have a very compact product that now we're going to dilute with water and a little bit of anesthetics. Okay, now we're using the connector that you find in the plastic wrap coming with the tube. And we're going to open a little bit of water. We have here about 1 ml, so I'm going to add 3 times, so 3 ml of water, and mix all that. I need for that a little needle take the water. And you see, if I try, the water comes very difficultly because the product is very compact. I wanted just to show you, okay, in order to, you see it's very hard. You cannot input the water like that. So we're going to have another trick to make it. Thank you. We're just simply going to push the Plasmagel from one syringe to the other in order to make it a little more easy to work. I'm sorry. So the trick is that I'm going to add the water in the empty syringe. So I'm doing on purpose all the mistakes so you can easily follow the procedure. Here I want 3 ml. Maybe my needle is too small. Okay. 1 ml more. Up. Yes, we got 3. Now let's see what happens. Here we are. You can hear the noise. So if you feel that the product is too liquid, which is the case here, it's easy. We're going to add a little more. Here we are. You see here the difference? So this is the fragmented Plasmagel, and here the water. So we need maybe 1 ml more in the preparation. Here we are, and this is why you need multiple syringes. Oops, sorry. I always forget. So I believe we can call that fragmented Plasmagel. Already, this is a very good filler. We're going to have 5 ml ready. And you see now the difference. We have a perfectly uniform product ready to be used. So no need to go with a completely filled syringe. We're going to use this one. Let's take a new needle. And now we're going to see our patient. So I pinch a little bit so that the patient doesn't feel much pain. It's okay for you, man?
It's okay.
You always check that you're not in a vessel, and you start injecting the product very gently. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Voilà. You see already the difference in it. I just added a little bit of volume. Vous voyez la différence? Parfait, ça va? Impeccable. Tu as un os malaire tout neuf. You got a brand new malleable bone. Oh, désolé. Voilà. Parfait. Je n'arrive pas à injecter plus. In the case the needle is clogged up, it means that your product is still growing denser and you did not add enough water. So it was maybe my mistake at the very first time when we started. And so I just added a few more 1 ml water to have a lighter product. It doesn't matter in fact because the result is about the same, so no need to inject a too dense a product. We're going to see now what happens. I want to finish this zone. Désolé. Much easier, you see. For those who got the experience, it's really like injecting HA, except as you see that it's much easier to work with. And now you see there is a line here I have to cover. Désolé. And you massage very gently. Parfait. Beaucoup mieux, mon garçon. Okay. Can you see the difference between both sides? Yeah? Voilà. Non, il n'est quand même pas bouché de nouveau. C'est pas le moment de perdre mon flegme britannique. Voilà. Sometimes you have to push a little harder. Okay, in the case it's really hard to push and you don't want to dilute more, you're going to use a 1 ml syringe. So I'm going to transfer once again with the connector. One ml. Here we are. I will work more precisely like that. I'm going to change my needle. And let's go. As this side is more difficult to treat, I'm going here to correct this zone using the 1 ml syringe, which I hope will be easier for me. Très courageux. On se tend, on se tend. Détends-toi, détends-toi. C'est juste bizarre, c'est tout. Reviens vers moi, reviens vers moi. Reviens vers moi tranquillement. Oh, oh. Tout doucement, tout doucement. Voilà. Désolé. As it's a male patient, they are more sensitive than the female, of course. Here we are. Okay, let me just the time to massage. It's okay? Still painful? No. Voilà. The magic with the plasma is, is that the product will find itself its own place. Voilà. Nice, huh? You see the difference? Okay. The main areas where we need the product. See, it's much easier to push. Even if we make a few bumps, it's very easy to massage. Sorry. Et voilà. Would you stay with me?
Mm-hmm.
Super. So I'm going just to infiltrate very superficially. So this time I added a little bit of lidocaine. Look, with my product. Merci. Je le rajoute. Voilà, désolé. Voilà. Touc. Voilà. Touc. Voilà. Voilà. Là, juste 2 gouttes. Touc, touc. Voilà. Bon. Voilà. Voilà. Toi, il y a des adhérences même sous la peau. Ok. Now, si tu veux fermer. The little magic spot here. Oop. Little bit. C'est le panicule.